Hi guys, welcome to ThomTech Tutorials. I am Thomas and this is session 26 of Azure Data Factory tutorial 2. So in this session we are going to cover what is delete activity and what are the usage and functionalities of the same. So guys, if you have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe to support me. Okay, so let's begin our tutorial. So delete activity. Okay, so by name itself we can make out this is the activity which will help us to delete blob or a file. Okay, so without much delay, let's switch on to our Azure Data Factory to see this activity in practical. Okay, okay guys, so first of all what we will do, let's go to our storage account. Okay, so this is our storage account. ThomTech is our container. Let's click on this is our container, or I can show it like from the portal itself. Click on home. This is our portal. Click on storage account. So if you're not able to find the storage account over here, then you can click over here. Click on storage account over here, and then underneath this you will find your storage account. Okay, or what else you can do is click on this and type storage, and as you type storage it will show a pop-up of Azure's accounts. Okay, storage account, just click on that. So once you click it, it will open in this form, and over here you will find out like you have like one storage account over this. Okay, so you can create multiple storage accounts based on like your requirement as well. Let's click on this and then go to the containers. Click on this and then you are into the container, right? So this is container. Let's click on the container, and this is the folder structure that we have opted for our project. So if you guys have not seen like how to create this container and folder structure, please go and watch my playlist. Okay, so it is available in the description. Please go and watch that. So you can see so I have created many videos starting from S1, so you will definitely find that in one of the videos. Okay, so you can definitely go and refer that. So now let's move to our tutorial. Okay, fine. So what we have to do now, we have a validation source folder. This is our source folder. Okay, and we have three files. So what we will do is we will iterate through all the files, iterate through this folder. Okay, with all the files which has a text, which has an extension as .txt. Okay, so now let's go back and just quickly create a pipeline. Okay, and once we read this, we should delete this. Okay, so our intention is to copy these files and move it to this folder. Okay, let it be like landing folder. Let's suppose it's a landing folder. Okay, and then once the movement is done using copying activity, we should delete it. Okay, so for that purpose we will be using delete activity. So now you might be wondering why in the copy activity whether we have any option to delete or not. Okay, so let me just quickly create a pipeline first. Let's create on this. Delete activity. Okay, now let me take a metadata activity, bring it here, just give it a name, read files. Okay, and now click on this, go to the dataset. In the dataset I will be going and I will be taking a dataset that I have created, that is ds file adls. Okay, so this is a parameterized data set, and if you guys do not know like how to create a dataset, please go and watch my playlist video and you will find all the details in this playlist. Okay, now let's go back. Over here you will find it's a parameterized dataset, that's why it is asking for folder name and file name, and this is something that we need to pass during the runtime, right? So now we are doing a execution, or we doing a development on this activity, so just provide the folder name and the file name property based on your requirement. So my requirement is that my source folder will be this one. Let's go, that is validation source. This is my source folder. So I will click on this, I will paste it over here, and over here I am not going to give any specific name. Instead I am going to give star.txt because I want to read all the data which has an extension as .txt. Okay, then click on the field list, and then put it as child items. Okay, and then use a for each activity. bring it here, join it, read file one at time, something like that, like based on like what you really want to keep that in your project. Just give a sensible name. Once you do that, go to settings. Over here you have option to run it sequentially or parallelly. Click on sequentially for this time and go add dynamic content, go and pull this metadata. So all these steps have been covered like in previous sessions, so that's why I'm just going a little quick. Okay, so if you guys have not seen, please go and watch. Okay, click OK. That's it. Now we have configured metadata activity, which will read all the child items, means all the files which are present from that folder. Read it, pass it to the for each, go to for each, put a copy activity. Okay, go, and then we will say copy files to landing. Okay, click on source, give the dataset as ADLS DS file ADLS. Okay, you can click on this. Okay, so once you click on this, now you provide your folder name. So what is your folder name? So I think our dataset was not this. Okay, so let's go back and check out of what was our dataset. So our dataset was, that is DS file ADLS, because this DS file ADLS has parameterized folder and file name. Okay, so you can get inside this, click on copy source, and you can expand. Why I'm not taking this dataset? Because it is parameterized only at the folder name level. Okay, file name is not there, so that's the reason I'm just going and taking the other dataset that I have specifically created for this scenario, DS files ADLS. Okay, so now folder name is going to be this one, that is validation source. See, this is validation source, and my destination will be this one, right? That is landing. Okay, let's wait, and then let's go back, and in the file name, now you might be wondering, so this is very crucial part, just be attentive. So this is very crucial part. Now we are inside the loop and we want to give that specific file name which is inside that loop, so we have to use this property. Okay, sorry, that's make it as this one, that is at the rate item dot name. This is the property that we can use. Okay, now you see, you will not find any option to delete the processed file in the copy activity. Okay, so that's the reason we are using delete activity, and that's why we got our delete activity over here. Okay, in ADF. Now click on sync. In sync, now let's pass the same dataset, that is DS files ADLS. Click that, you will get again the parameterized folder and file name. In the folder name, now logically you can say, what is my folder name? Folder name will be your destination, that is landing. Okay, so click on landing. Okay, and give the file name as the same file name that we are using in the property. Let's, sorry, I don't know, some issues with my keyboard. Okay, so you can see I have given the file name within that iteration. Okay, now this is what my file name is going to look like. If let's suppose whatever file you are moving from source to destination, you want to make sure that you want to add a UTC time to it. Okay, if that is a requirement, then definitely you can make use of this dynamic content. Click on this, put this user concatenate concat. Okay, and then put a format bracket open, take a UTC time, click this format date time, put this, and then close this. Okay, so once you do, we need to give a format as well, that is year mmdd. Let's see what we get. Okay, and then we have closed what we wanted to close. Okay, let me just quickly check it one more time. This is format date, so this function parameter should go inside this. Okay, click on this, paste it over here. Now you can see our format date time UTC time with the format of YYY okay. So once that is done, I am closing the bracket. That means the function is closed for the format date time. And now I will be closing one more time to close the concatenate function. Okay, just put one more bracket. Oh, some issue. Okay, so concatenate. So let's see what is the issue. Position 45. So just click on this. So over here we have some issue. Now we need to find out what is the issue. Okay, so I think this could be a issue. So we have given a single quotes opening, but closing we have not given. Let's give it and see. Yeah, so this is done. Let's click on OK and then save it. Okay, nice. And now what we will do, soon after this activity, let's pull out a delete activity. Okay, click on this, remove landed files. Means the files which are already landed to the destination folder, we don't have to keep that, right? So for that purpose we are giving a sensible name to this activity, remove landed files. Okay, and then click on source. So you can say this is also like similar to like other activities where we have the option for retry, timeout, okay, and what's the interval in which it's going to retry. So all the options will be same. Description if you want to put, okay, and then you have the option to pass the data set. Now this is important thing. Let's pass the same data set. Click on this. Again it will be parameterized and give your folder name. What is going to be your folder name? Your folder name is going to be your source folder name, right? Because you want to delete it from the source, so that's why you are giving the source folder name and not the landing. Go here, paste the source folder name, and the file name is going to be again item dot name. Okay, so it will move one file. That is file will be, let's click on this. It's gonna pick one file. Since we have kept it as a sequential, it will pick one file, it will move that into the landing zone. That is, it will copy that file and move it into landing. Okay, and then from the source folder it will remove that file. That's what we are going to see here. Okay, so we will place it here and then let's save it. Okay, now let's see what happens. Let's close this and let's run this and let's see if we have any issues. Okay, cool. So landed files, we have some issues in the delete activity. Let's click on that. So it will take you to the property of the delete activity. Over here there was a option in the third tab, that is logging properties. So by default it will be selected and it will ask for the logging storage account. So whatever deletes you are doing, right, so it will keep a log of that actions that is done for the delete. Okay, so for that purpose by default it will select the enable logging, and from here we can go and pass a linked service. Okay, let's see that. Let's click on a linked service, then it will ask for a further details of that, like what is the path. Okay, so if you click on this it will automatically take you to the data lake and it will ask you where you want to keep the logs of this deletion that is going to happen. So let's unselect this for now. Okay, and then save it. Now go back to our main pipeline and click on debug. Okay, so let's see what happens. Now we are back to our storage account. This is, note, this is our storage account source folder, that is validation source, and we have 3 files over here. Let's refresh it. See, one file has been deleted. Okay, because one loop is completed. Now it's heading towards the second loop. It's copying the file, it's copying the second file, it's removed the second file. Okay, let's refresh it. See, it has removed. Okay, and then it will go for the third file. In the meantime, let's go back to our destination folder. Landing is our destination folder. You see, we have first file, second file, and third file. All the 3 files we already landed to our landing zone. You see, there was a small issue. That means the file name .txt, right? So this is not gonna work because we are putting .txt and after that we have concatenated our UTC time, which is not correct. Okay, because it is not going to understand whether it's a text file or not, because we have corrupted, you can say we have like almost corrupted the file by changing the extension to txt and the date. Okay, so what we could have done is logically we could have used a replace function, replace.txt with a UTC function. So let's go back and check that out. So you can see from the source folder everything is deleted now, okay, and our pipeline is also completed. So that's how we have achieved this. Now let's go back, go to upload one more time. I will show it. Okay, click on this and then let's select two files from here. Okay, select this. Two files have been uploaded into the data storage. Great. And now so I think the first file is not here. No problem, let's ignore that for now. We have two, just assume we have two files in our source. Go back here, go to landing. So we already have three files over here, right? Click on these three files and then delete. Okay, now go back and then okay, so now let's go back to our validation source folder. We have two files. Now what I will do, I will go back to my ADF and the expression which I have created. Click on copy, click on sync side and click on the dynamic content over here. Over here I need to think of some logic like where I should put that. Okay, so what I will do, replace, I will do a replace of file name. What I am going to replace, dot txt with dot txt I am going to replace with underscore date time dot txt. Okay, so there is some issue. Let's check it out. What is the issue? Okay, so I think single quotes we have not given. Tick 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 tick. Let's check it out. Parenthesis is missing. Concatenate, replacing this with this. Okay, so that means we gonna keep something like this one. Okay, so let's check it out. What could be the issue? Tick, 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 tick. Okay, let's go by one. Let's see, or let's do one thing, remove everything. Okay, and use a concatenate function once again. Concatenate, take this, first is going to be your file name. Okay, and before that let's take a replace function. Okay, in replace function what you will do, you will be taking your file name dot name. Okay, so in this, out of your file name you are going to say I want to replace dot txt to what, to this comma, there will be an underscore and then we will be using format date time UTC now. Okay, comma YYYYMM comma DD. So this is closed, this has been formatted. Then I will put one comma again and I will put one more underscore and then I will put one more comma and ultimately dot txt, which is the extension of the file. Close this and then close the parenthesis. Okay, so still there is some issue. Let me just check it out. Okay, great. So I think there is no need of like putting this concatenate. That was the issue initially also, because we do not have any like second expression. We are directly handling that in the with the replace function. So let's remove it and see whether it gets fixed or not. Okay, so we have removed this. Let's go to the far end, remove this one. Okay, still it's showing as an error. Let's check it out. Okay, so I think something has happened. Let's see, replace this one, replace file name this with, okay, I got it. Oh, I got it. So I think that's a type of like scenario that can come to anybody. So see, I'm trying to join this underscore with the format date, right? So I should have used a concatenate function over here. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, let's use a concatenate function over here. Okay, and remove this, put a single quotes over here. Okay, now what will happen, the next will be, it concatenate, the first one will be underscore, second one is going to be date, and then third one is going to be your underscore again, and the fourth one is going to be your .txt, the last extension. And then I am going to close my concatenate function, and then ultimately I am going to close my replace function. Click OK, save it. Okay, scroll it down, go back, close this and debug. Click on debug. Let's see what happens. So guys, you have to be very careful when you are writing such expressions, because there might be some sort of like syntax error that we need to find out. So that's why we have to go step by step. Okay, so let's open this, let it execute. Let's see what has happened. Okay, it has taken one file and it has moved to the landing zone. Let's go to the landing zone and check. By the time the second file will also be processed. Let's click on the container, click on the landing. Now see, so both the files has landed. Okay, and this time there is a issue. You can see we have unnecessarily included one underscore. Okay, so that thing can be skipped. Okay, we can go and remove that last underscore in the concatenate, and then we are good to go. Okay, so I think now we are pretty much covered and understood what is like a delete activity and what it does. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions with this, then do let me know. And one more information, like I want to give this, why we are using this delete activity, because with the copy activity, if we are trying to copy something from a source to destination, we do not have an option to delete it. So we have this delete activity which will help us to do it. But in case we are using a data flow, which is one of a transform data that we can use to perform our transformations from source to destination, that is moving the data from source to destination as well. Okay, along with the transformation. So if we are using that component, okay, so I can show you that data flow. So it will come under move and transform. So we are using copy activity in usual dumping of data from source to destination. So this data flow will help us to copy the data from source to destination and perform some transformations as well. Okay, and it will like use a Apache Spark and to spin up the clusters and process the data. Okay, so we'll see that in much details. Okay, so I'm not jumping into that. So that's what I'm saying. So if we are using data flow instead of copy activity, in that case we have an option to delete that processed file. If a file is processed, then we have the option to delete it. So with data flow that is possible. So we can see this when we are doing the session on data flow in coming days. Okay, so I think for now, I think pretty much we have covered everything on the delete. So that's all guys, and do let me know if you guys have any questions. Please subscribe my channel to support and motivate. Yeah, that's it. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.